In the beginning of dating, try to take your ego out of it. And what I mean by that is I was talking to a client the other day, a younger guy who had had a great date with a girl and he liked her and they had had some minor communication, but then he had decided that she wasn't interested because she hadn't picked up his call or wasn't as communicative as he thought. And it was his ego, really, that was feeling rejected by her. So he rejected and wasn't reaching out to her again. But as he was telling me about the situation, I was like, she got back to you. Like, she maybe had a busy day. She did it at the end of the day, right? So it changed his whole thinking. And then he was ready to reach out to her again, which is the reason I'm talking about this. I think miscommunication is so frequently the cause of people not getting together because, first of all, they left it to texting, which is a horrible way to communicate. There's no inflection in the voice. Like, you send things without even thinking about it. I personally talk to mine with the little microphone, so a lot of times it says things that I didn't exactly say, and then I'm like, oh, wait, that's not what I meant, right? There's all sorts of things that can be lost in translation, right, from a text message to an emotion. So don't rely on that, and take your ego out of it. Like, don't decide for anybody else what they feel, because you're usually wrong. And it's really sad how frequently people meet and really connect, but then some sort of weird texting threw it off track, and then they missed out on what could have been an amazing relationship. So take your ego out of it. And if there's somebody that you really like and they didn't respond right away or in the way that you wanted them to, or like whatever it is that you're like, yeah, I'm done with that, but you're kind of hurting about that a little bit. You really liked that person and you're sad that it didn't work out. That's what I'm talking about. Take your ego out of it and reach out again and come from an empowered place of like, you were busy too. Right? You had stuff going on. Don't look at it like you were rejected. Don't ever scold somebody that they didn't call you. That's not going to endear them to you, right? Like, people don't respond well to that. But just keep living your life and being busy and doing the things that you need to do. And timing really has everything to do with everything. A lot of times you meet the right person at the wrong time. But if you reconnect at a different time, it could really be the right time and the right relationship. So take your ego out of it and, yeah, put a little effort into really connecting with somebody if you really liked them. And, you know, give it at least a second or third try before you completely let go. And someone will let you know if they're not interested, right? They'll completely stop replying, or they'll be brave enough to really, and courteous enough to just say to you, hey, I'm sorry, I met somebody else, or I'm involved in something else, or I'm just not interested, right? Something. Like, I think it's always respectful to let someone know. So take your ego out of it. And if you really liked somebody, don't give up so easily. And don't reject because you feel rejected. Take the high road. And you're the busy, empowered person, and you're just reaching out again. And you might be really surprised.